Is white racism class a good idea? Ted Thornhill is assistant professor of sociology at Florida Gulf Coast University. Recently, he made headlines for teaching a course called White Racism. He says the course will teach his students of color how to fight back against the white racism they will face for the rest of their lives, and it will make his white students more aware of their unearned advantages, as well as teach them how to speak in ways that are more empathetic. So in other words, this is the colored students tell white students how much they suck, and white students say, "You're right, I'm sorry, class." Somebody, anybody, please tell me I'm not the only black person who thinks this is a terrible idea. For starters, the name of the class, white racism. You get points for shock value, but associating an entire group of people with something vile as racism is not constructive. Same goes for a ghetto black people class, Spanish drunk driving class. You can try to mask all of these as an opportunity to educate, but you're stereotyping and promoting racial intolerance. That's called hate speech. So yes, if parents across the country are willing to pay $25K a year for their kids to learn hate speech, they will face racism for the rest of their lives. No doubt about it. Mr. Thornhill needs to cue up the poetic masterpiece "I'm Not Racist" by Joyner Lucas. Maybe then he'll understand if we want to get anywhere with the racism issue in America, everybody's input matters. We need open dialogue. If any of Mr. Thornhill's students of color are listening, I get you. Believe me, I do. Supremacy seems to be this dark cloud that doesn't go away. But I want you to think about something. 150 years ago, you would have been a slave. Now you can afford to go to college. 100 years ago, you couldn't vote. Now we've seen a two-term black president. 50 years ago, you couldn't marry interracially. Now we got Kim and Kanye. Your generation can change the world. Please, unenroll from the white racism class and find yourself an American injustice course where you can get all perspectives on the race debate. True education is non-biased. If we all showed some commitment to communicating with one another, who knows, maybe in the next 50 years, they'll be teaching about racism in history class. Email me at thereparationschannel@gmail.com. That's thereparationschannel@gmail.com.